What's up, guys? Welcome to this week's episode of The Warner House. We are excited to be back. We took a little bit of a break last week. We were just super busy, back-to-back away games, as you guys know. So it was super busy in the Warner House, but we are excited to be back this week to talk about everything that's been going on within our lives, within our football life, personal life, around the league, all the things.
Woo! Woo!
Mm-hmm.
What's your day been like today, honey?
Oh, today's been good. I've had a very, not stressful, but just, overstimulating weekend for sure. Or I think just, the holidays in general were kind of just, overstimulating for me. It was, a lot going on. So I'm really happy that, your game traveling's over, Thanksgiving's over, and we are just, sitting at a normal pace now. I feel a lot better. And just the fact that you're home just, is very helpful.
Yeah, I like
I don't
being
have
home.
to, worry about you leaving again for a minute. It's, nice to have that.
Back-to-back weekends of, being away
Far,
for 3
far
days.
away games. Yeah, and then the 3-day games, not just, the one, the 1 day or 1.5 days, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The 3-dayer really gets me.
It gets me as well, honey.
So how was your day?
My day's been amazing. Just really getting back into the the gist of things. For those of you who aren't watching on YouTube, she's giving me the look, so that means I need to go ahead and get it together. But yeah, wonderful day.
Why?
We just had a nice family dinner. You, me, my baby boy.
We just kind of spiced it up. I think whenever, we're going through just, no, the vibes aren't always the highest right now for reasons that we all know. So I feel like it's kind of nice. Like, today I drove you to work, and that was, a nice moment for us.
That was a win.
That was nice. I liked that. Just, having that, okay, well, let me drive you to work. And
thanks, honey.
we had an extra little, 10 or 15 minutes to talk and just be present in the moment. And then you did all what you needed to do today. I did the same. And then we had...
Maybe give me a little drive to work tomorrow, too.
Oh, I don't know. I think your car will be fixed by then.
Oh, no. We'll talk about it in the morning.
It's nice in little small increments.
We'll talk about it after the podcast.
I forget how far away. Santa Clara is far. I literally, so after I dropped you off, I went to Chick-fil-A.
I know you did. You're not slick.
I was like, I'm a little hungry. I'm never hungry in the mornings.
Oh my God.
Literally never. You know I'm never
Such
hungry.
a long car ride just really gets
and
the
I was
hunger
like,
going.
There's the Chick-fil-A about 5 minutes from here.
Yeah.
So I went and I sat in my car and I had a gorgeous pipe. First of all, no line. Not even one person in the line.
Wow.
That never happens at Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
I literally just went up to the thing. That's crazy. Granted, it was 9:30, but still, Chick-fil-A breakfast. Beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, warm chicken biscuit and a crispy Dr. Pepper. So good. It's so good.
Dr. Pepper in the morning is
It's like my
insane.
coffee. It's like, what's the difference between Dr. Pepper and coffee? There's not much.
Holy smokes.
Which one's worse, honey?
Dr. Pepper.
Why? It's
loaded with sugar.
Coffee's loaded with sugar unless you have it black.
Hey, God bless you, honey. That's all I got to say.
So that was a good start to my day. And then we had a really nice family. We took the baby to dinner just tonight, and it was nice. Sometimes it's scary taking a 9-month-old to dinner, but he's so great. He did awesome. You just kind of have to be in the moment. You just have to be like, this is what it is, you know?
Hey, as long as he stays engaged on something, whether it be a little gnawing on a little bread, a little snack.
Constantly eating.
Keep him engaged. Because then if there's any type of downtime where he's like, uh-oh,
yeah,
nothing's happening, what are we doing?
Then it's scary time.
Get ready for some screaming.
Yeah.
We don't want that screaming.
No, I think, but all in all, we had a pretty good Monday, given the circumstances.
There you go.
Can't speak.
We gotta get that Scrabble out. Get the words going again.
I know.
We Sydney bought Scrabble. We dabbled into a little bit of Scrabble here. Segueing into the holiday season, talk about how Thanksgiving went for you.
You talk about it.
I thought it went amazing. We had the Hightower slash Forsyth.
Mm-hmm.
Hightower slash Forsyths in town. Sydney's family, my family, of course.
Mm-hmm.
One big happy family, I should say, here for Thanksgiving, and Bo's first Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hightower Forsyth tradition is frying the turkey. So that was the big ordeal that we had. That
To
she
pass
wanted.
the baton.
She wanted her older brother to pass me the baton for frying the turkey. And of course, all I've ever seen is videos and warning signs about frying turkeys and house fires. But hey, I had a pro teaching me how to do it, so we was good.
Mm-hmm.
And it went flawlessly.
It was a good turkey.
We had a nice juicy turkey.
I will say though, dried up.
Fried up.
Oh. I used to love Thanksgiving. It's becoming not one of my faves.
Okay, let's hear it.
I don't know. I just it's so much work. And I'm not even I wasn't even that hungry. I was just oh. I didn't eat any leftovers because and then I got sick Thanksgiving night. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I think you worked yourself into that one.
How did I work myself into being
I'm
ill?
wondering what could have been
But
that
I
you
was
ate.
gagging over the toilet. How was that working myself into it?
I think you worked yourself up a bit, honey. What was it that you ate that none of us else ate that made you sick?
Well, sometimes it's not really about that. It's about how my body reacts to something rather than other people's, right?
Every time I've heard of food poisoning, it's if it was a group of people, all of them get it, you know?
I don't think it was food poisoning. I think that my body rejected that food. I do. And not saying I made it, everybody else ate it up, delicious, slurping it up, but me could not have a bite. I was so over it.
Uh-oh.
And then I got so sick. Remember we were sitting on the couch, everybody watching TV, winding down, and then I'm like, I don't feel good,
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was curling in stomach cramps all night long, and then it was just not good.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. You had to give me medicine and rub my back and hold my hair. It was horrible. Horrible. So that's one of the reasons why Thanksgiving was not my fave this year. I don't know. It's yeah, I think I'm going to switch it up next year.
Well, let's hear it.
I hear a lot of different people doing a lot of different things on Thanksgiving. Some people take it as an opportunity to go on a trip. We can't do that because we're a football family. So I'm trying to figure out how we can change up the dynamic. Because
none to change up.
Cooking for all the I guess just no one.
We're traditional. We're a traditional holiday family.
I think we might have to switch it up.
We'll talk about it. We have a long ways till then.
Yeah.
But what happened to the tradition of frying the turkey? And
I just wasn't all right.
Just okay.
I don't know. Maybe it was just I don't know. I think I'm excited for Christmas. We'll see how Christmas goes, and I'll reevaluate the situation.
Okay. Well,
because I wasn't hungry. I don't know.
You didn't like Thanksgiving because you weren't hungry.
I look forward to that food all year long, and then this year I was like, I don't know why I'm not loving this right now.
I'm just not hungry.
Well, it's not even that I was hungry. I just didn't want to eat that food. I'd rather have something else.
And a cheeseburger?
Yeah.
A Thanksgiving cheeseburger?
Or Mexican food. That's what I really wanted.
Oh, heavens.
Anyways, what was your favorite side of the meal?
Green bean casserole.
Always. Yeah, that was good. I think my favorite that I had...
the sweet potato casserole was good, too.
Bo ate that up. Ate it up.
Well, of course he did. He just obviously doesn't know a whole lot about sugar yet, and that thing's loaded with it.
It was nice, though, just waking up with him and watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and having him around all the family and my brother, and that was nice.
It's always nice having family, especially with a little one. When you rest your head down on that pillow at night and you're like, this is what I envision a perfect Christmas looking like. What does that look like?
Okay. I'm glad you asked.
Oh.
I imagine I would like to wake up before him. That's dicey. Well, I always wake up before him, but waking up, having at least half an hour before I go get him out of his crib to have a moment with you. Oh my God, it's Christmas. Let's make sure everything's together. Just have a slower morning, not just like, how it usually is.
Let me see what day Christmas is on.
Having a slower morning than going, you and I, and getting him out of his crib and being like, it's Christmas. Da, 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 da. Of course, he's never going to remember this, not going to understand a thing. But it's more so for us, the memories for us. Not you?
Hey, I'm loving every moment.
And then just having a slow morning. I don't know how the whole gift thing is going to go because he'll have fun ripping the paper and sitting in here and just like ripping stuff up and throwing it and being crazy. That'll be fun. As for gifts, I mean, he's not even going to be 1 year old. So I'm like, why don't I wait to do like his gifts for his birthday? Of course, I'll get him a little something to open up, but like big gifts, I don't know. He can't drive. I want my biggest thing is like for him to walk in here one day and like have like the big car with the bow on it and like the scooter or the motorcycle or something like that. That's when it gets really fun. But he's like not there yet.
Right.
And he wouldn't even be able to drive the little remote like battery car if I even got him one right now.
Well,
Would he?
The kids don't drive them, honey. They're remote control. Like the parents
When I
supposed
had
to.
one, I drove. No, you drive it. I had one that had a gas pedal and you drive it.
Really?
Yeah. I think maybe they have both of those. Like one's a remote and one's.
They must.
Do you want to get the remote one then for him for Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
And so we can go out in the yard and do it.
We'll get the remote lamb truck, like Flanagan Fowles got.
The lamb truck? Yeah. We'll do that.
They probably cost like $10,000.
No, it doesn't. It's probably like $100 or something.
Well.
But yeah, anyways, just like a slow good morning of you and I and him and just, nothing grand or huge, just being really present in the moment and
Having
not
family.
worrying about
Having family around.
And just being focused on the day and nothing else.
What
about you?
I mean, I think you hit that on the head. That sounds a little bit like Thanksgiving, what you just described.
Is that what we had you weren't even here Thanksgiving morning.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say is like Christmas morning is going to be the same as Thanksgiving because it's on a Wednesday.
What do you mean it's going to be the same?
Like I have to go into work on a Wednesday. Like we won't have Wednesday off is what I'm saying. They're
not going to give you Christmas Day off? Be for real. I know.
Oh, boy. You'd have thought we'd have went through this before.
I know. It's like every year I forget how the holidays are around football. It's like all consuming around this time because it's so late in the year. But speaking of Christmas, we're in our Christmas setting. I should have started off with that. I completely didn't even notice.
Hey.
It's Christmas, hence the Christmas tree.
It's been Christmas here for the last month or so, though.
Do you love that?
Ever since Halloween ended, right? This has been up.
No.
I think November 1st. Because October 31st is Halloween. November 1st.
It was like a week after.
November 1st, I was in that garage and I was trying to put this thing up.
It wasn't, you guys. It was a week after.
Okay, so November 7th.
Okay.
Be proud of it, honey. It's good. Christmas just flies by. It's just gone. It's there and then it's gone. So you might as well enjoy it while you got it.
Speaking of, tomorrow is a slower day for us, and I didn't forget to tell you about. I don't know if you remember, we have Christmas photos with the baby. Santa pics. So I'm very excited about that.
Huh? What time is that at?
We can discuss off
We'll
camera.
talk after. We won't say where it's at.
No, we will not. But the baby's gonna go have pictures done with Santa Claus.
Wow.
And I'm very excited because, like, I kind of want that screaming picture of him, like, crying, screaming.
We're not going to get it.
I don't think he's going to be so happy-go-lucky. Oh, yay, because that's just our baby boy. And he's the best.
Correct.
So we've got that to look forward to around the Christmas season. And then we already did a family Christmas photo session last week. Our big Christmas cards.
Woo. My back still hurt from that.
Fred was dying because he had to lift up the baby. I'm like, I lift him up every day.
No, it's more laying on the ground and like all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that hurt your back?
Just all of it.
Yeah. And then when we were talking about like because this is our first, I just like the opportunity of, this is another reason why I didn't like Thanksgiving. because I didn't feel like we like instilled like our tradition, like traditions, I guess. Like start new traditions. I mean, we did the turkey and that was cool, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like we did like one big like thing to really like stamp this is our Thanksgiving.
I guess we could have like went around the table and said one thing we're thankful for.
Yeah, we could have done that.
But I mean, we sat at the table, we ate as a family, we said our grace.
We did. I think it was just, yeah, I wasn't hungry. But
You just weren't hungry that day. That's all it's coming down to. You hated Thanksgiving because you weren't hungry.
I did not hate it. I just didn't.
Did you eat something earlier in the day?
I did. We had bagels. We went to the neighbors and had crepes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So you ruined your Thanksgiving dinner by eating all day.
Mm-hmm.
Hearty.
Chips and dip.
Hearty.
It was like a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Hearty stuff.
Yeah.
Bagels, crepes, chips.
Yeah. So.
And I wasn't hungry.
What I'm trying to say is for Christmas, we're going to do like traditions, what's the tradition that we're going to do? Like, it was really important to me. Remember we talked about it?
Go to church?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is not like some crazy tradition like that, but like that's something that I want to be like a solid thing. Like every single Christmas, no matter, we're going to make an effort and always show up to church. Very big.
Yes.
Because that's what it's about.
Period.
So I'm excited for that. But yeah, enough about the holiday. I'm excited. It's just like we drove to dinner tonight and we just saw all the Christmas lights and it's fun. It's a good time. It's the best time of the year. The most joyous, best time of the year.
Yeah, you always do say that you just don't like summer.
I'm not a summer girl.
You're not
This
a
is
summer
my time
girl.
to shine right now.
You like when it's cold
We'll
out.
see though, because I'm kind of feeling summer. We'll see. I'm not pregnant.
Like I was just saying. I mean, like you were just saying, you're like, I hated Thanksgiving. Da, da, da. So I'm like, are you a fall holiday type of?
For some reason, I felt just
type of girl, or are you just
down this fall.
Yeah.
No, Christmas is going to be great. I am excited for summer.
Oh my god!
Christmas is going to be great.
What
would you prefer, honey?
New Year, new me.
Summer or Christmas?
I like them all.
What would your favorite?
I don't think I have one.
What would your choice be? If you had to live all year in Christmas or all year in summer?
Wow, all year in summer. All year in Christmas. That would get so old so quick.
Just the vibes are good. Christmas.
The whole thing about Christmas is like it's not like this at any time of the year otherwise. But like it would get so old of like the Christmas tree, the Christmas music, the
Holly Jolly.
What's
the town that the Grinch lives in? What's it called? Whoville. You wouldn't want to live in Whoville?
No. I would live up on that mountain with the Grinch.
100% you would.
With the dog.
Very fitting.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even like the dogs.
Woof. Me and the dogs are up in the mountain.
Woof. And your family's down in the Whoville?
Family down in Whoville.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're starting something new this week with Relationship Corner.
My phone died.
Your phone died?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
You were saying I was playing with it. It was dying.
Did you not charge it last night?
I did not.
Okay, so Fred, how many memes do we send each other on social media per day? Not Fred, 0. Literally 0. How long?
You struggling with saying these questions?
Fred,
or
when did you know that I was the one? I'm just going to pick which ones I want to ask you.
The day I met you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Sydney, did you ask Fred or what you envision with the engagement ring / proposal? No. Like, it was very important to me that I didn't, like, ask you, because, like, it's very in trend now where, like, women will literally design their whole ring and then just send a picture of it to their husband and say, I want this on this day, like, this, I want you to do it.
It said about the ring or the proposal?
Both.
Oh.
And I just, like, we just didn't do that. I don't know. Like, I just felt like that was, like, kind of, like, not genuine and, like, kind of
careful.
Like, I'm just saying, for me, that's how I feel. I just want it to be real, and I don't want to, like, just make it. I want it to make itself.
Yeah, everybody's got their own way of doing things.
They're asking me what I did and what I wanted.
Bless your heart, honey. Continue.
Okay, how did you come up with who has what side of the bed when we sleep?
What the heck? It's called you lay down.
No.
And whatever
The man
whatever
always
side
sleeps
you.
closer to the door in case something happens.
Mmm.
It's
Is
like,
that what it is?
yes. Oh my gosh. Fred, what's your favorite off-season activity we do together?
Just spend quality time together.
Fred, what's the funniest thing I've ever done?
The funniest thing you've ever done?
Hmm?
There's too many things to choose from. It seems like you're always just
Topping them?
topping the last one. Yeah, almost every day.
Are you being...
The funniest thing you've ever done. Yeah, I don't know if I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but you're full of
You
just.
can't really think of anything tonight off the top of your head, can you?
Yeah, no, I'm fresh off of a lot of head banging last night, so still ringing between the ears a bit.
So is there anything with baby Bo that you've noticed since you've been around lately?
Every single time I come home after being gone for 3 days, it's like he's grown 15
What are his milestones?
15 years. Milestones, the
Becoming an
crawling.
interview, isn't it? Becoming an interview.
Honey, I don't have my rundown, but we can make it a little bit more. You say stuff as well, honey.
Go ahead, honey.
Why aren't you giving me your 2 cents about anything? But the crawling is a huge one because at first it was the army. It was just him trying to will himself with his upper body, trying to drag himself across the floor, tiring out, flipping back over on his back, not wanting to do it more than 2 seconds, and now he fully is crawling. Yeah, obviously everybody wants to know about how the old 49ers are doing, and obviously we are not feeling the best about ourselves back-to-back weeks. Giving up basically embarrassing losses to 2 really good teams, but just not making it competitive much. So at this point, it's about just we got to just win one game and get the positive vibes back going, and within the team, within ourselves. We can't think ahead of like, oh, if we just do this, that, and the other. Like right now, it's just about winning one game, and that's where I'm at with that. Playing in Buffalo was, I thought it was still fun, even though the game itself wasn't fun. Playing in the snow, that was the last stadium I'd never been to. Their fans are rabid. They was throwing snowballs at us as we were running out, as I was running in the locker room.
Like in a funny way or like a mean way?
No, like they're trying to hit you like and knock you out with it.
Did any players get mad?
You can't really do nothing because they're up in the stands and you're on the field. So that was interesting. I'm surprised I didn't get hit with one for real, because like especially like before the game when I run out of the tunnel and run to the opposite side of the field and do that whole thing to their in front of their fans, that would have been a perfect opportunity for them to just start mounting up a bunch of snow and just pelting me. But then it's all, what also is a bad look is you got guys kneeling like doing their prayer.
Oh, and then throwing them at it. Yeah.
Throwing them at the
They were
guy.
doing that?
Yes.
No.
Throwing them at the prayer.
Oh, that's just horrible.
I still thought it was a great environment. The snow was crazy. It literally was just sticking to the bottom of our cleats. So like you see guys slipping all over us because
it was all molded to the bottom, huh?
Yeah, it would just stick to the bottom of the cleat, and then you'd see guys pre-snap. Like I started doing it, just trying to kick my cleats pre-snap to try to kick the snow off the bottom.
Did you see the other player, the Buffalo Bills players doing that? Like,
yeah.
Oh, they were doing it too?
Yeah, no, like they would like before the play was started, their linemen would like clear the spot off the ground and like to get the snow out of the way.
They do have an advantage though, like being acclimated to that crazy environment because they have to play in that like a few times a year, which is nuts.
Huh. Yeah, no, they're obviously more used to it than us, but at the end of the day, both teams are playing in it. You got to execute, and we just haven't been executing at a high enough level to win games. So we got to just find a way to win one. That's where I'm at. Where are you at with it?
Well, obviously, I feel bad for you, and it makes me sad for you. And I know how much it weighs on you, and I hate seeing you like that. So yeah, I just try and make it as positive as we can and welcome you home and try to just get back to any kind of like happiness.
Not a whole lot of happiness.
Because sometimes it's hard to have happy thoughts right now because it's very
Very bleak.
very bleak, very not in a good place, and it can be dark, but we have to find some kind of light out of this somehow. So whatever you need me to do for you is what I'm trying to do to make your life a little bit happy.
You're doing just that, honey.
Because I'm sorry this is happening.
There's no need to be sorry.
Yeah.
You know, it's about standing tall through the hard stuff. It's so easy to be happy and consistent and work hard when things are great. But this is where you get to test your character
You're gonna come out better
as a human being,
through
as
this.
a man.
Yeah, totally. Like you're gonna be like even just looking forward into next season. Like this is gonna make you like even better, 100%. Just your core, your character. Of course, you're just gonna grow as a leader. I think from this because this is about as hard as it can get right here.
About as hard as it can get, for sure. We still got 5 good, juicy games left, though. So it's time to really turn that thing up and make the most of these 5. Give the faithful something to cheer about on Sunday against the Chicago Bears. We're also going through a rough time right now. So it's rough on rough. Who's going to rough each other up the most?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see it. Fan questions?
Yes.
Let's see. At Brooke Alyn 7. Who are your role models in life and why?
Oh, who's my role model in life? I don't know if I have like a specific person, I would say. I think like I have character, like I don't even know. You go first. Let me think.
I don't have anything either.
It's kind of a hard question.
Hey,
I try to be like great people, and for those, I guess great people in my mind would be giving people. I don't have a specific person of every single thing that they are is who I want to model my life as, but I think people that are honest, someone who cares for others. I really value that in the kind of person that I want to be. A good mom, a present mom, someone who values family and loves the people that are in their life and shows them that. Doesn't just say I love you. You got to show it and do acts by acts. So I think those are like values that I think if I had a specific role model in my head right now that I would say.
Wow. I mean, I've had plenty of role models all throughout my life. It'd be hard to kind of just go down and just single a bunch of people out right now. So,
Right.
But you don't get to where you're at by yourself. You watch and learn and take little things from people that you admire and add them to your own life.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it.
So that doesn't answer anything, but
sorry.
Thank you for the question.
We danced around that one.
At Sam Westerman for Fred, weirdest question you were asked at the NFL Combine. The NFL Combine, boy, was that a nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah. Just that whole draft process is just...
Yeah, you said that before.
I mean, for some guys, I'm sure it's great. For me...
Yeah, for the guys that are like,
I mean, now that I think about it, I don't think it's good for anybody.
Really?
Because even the guys that are like shoo-ins,
yeah,
it's still a lot of pressure. Like,
yeah, because you never know what you're actually going to be.
There's lots of millions on the line in that top tier of picks.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, I mean, it was just like, man. When I think about like how far I've come since then, what I had to go through, guys just... I mean, obviously, there's always going to be doubters and all that other stuff, but people just really were just trying to kick you when you're down.
Why? In the draft? The other players?
No, I'm talking about coach, like scouts and coaches. They're just basically trying to tell you everything that you cannot do.
Why?
I don't know.
Such a weird. Why would they do that?
Exactly.
It's very strange.
The questions that you have to answer of like, all right, what do you feel like your strengths and weaknesses are? and having to sit there and try to like
Say it without like
try to say
lessening yourself.
yeah, like you're trying to say it by like obviously you want to say more strengths than weaknesses.
Say none. I have none.
No, what?
No weaknesses.
Oh, so you're perfect already the way you are. You're not going to get any better.
Nobody's perfect, but I'm almost there. With a little bit of help from the other NFL guys, I can become perfect.
Wow.
So I would say.
But then, all right. So if you're not perfect yet, then what is those little things that you think you could work on?
Just age. I got to get older and learn.
Whoa,
but where I'm at right now,
too young.
But where I'm at right now,
I'm too young right
I'm
now.
great. Where I'm at right now. How old were you when you were in the NFL draft?
21.
At 21 years old, I'm right where I need to be. And I have so much room to grow because I'm so young, and I'm going to grow. All these men teaching me all this stuff, and all these coaches you pay millions of dollars to. That's what I would say.
Okay, so obviously you have to give them an answer.
That would be my answer. What would you think they would say?
You have to give them a real answer of what your actual weakness is of your game.
I could see a kid in there saying nothing. They're so confident at that age.
Well, I guess I wasn't in that group. I wasn't in that batch. But then I also didn't want to like
boast or
no. I also didn't want to like say basically you don't want to down yourself.
Absolutely, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Looking back, you just gotta be yourself. Sometimes you get caught up in trying to say things trying to say things right. You're trying to say the right thing.
Yes.
The entire time.
I can relate with that with job interviews that I've been on.
Yeah.
And they ask you the same questions. What are your weaknesses? What can you bring to this team? What can you learn? I'm just like, oh my God.
And at the end of the day, like they're sitting there asking these kids.
You want me to say I'm crap?
Literally.
What do you want me to say?
Literally.
What do you want me to say?
Literally. That's how I felt. And the whole time I'm like I could sit here and tell you whatever you want to hear, but like at the end of the day,
that's what you have to do. You just have to play the game.
At the end of the day, who cares what I got to say? Like anybody could sit here and tell you to your face what you want to hear. But what are you gonna do? Like that's why I feel it's more valuable to ask questions about the people around the individual, like the coaches, the strength and conditioning coach, people in their lives, like like their teammates. Hey, how was Fred when he was BYU? Like, how did he operate? Like, what kind of guy was he? What was he doing? Because they could sit there, they gonna run the tape of what you
can improve on and what you
exactly.
Yeah.
What was old Freddie like over there? BYU. Ask them. Don't ask me. Because I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna tell you whatever you want to hear. But as for the question of the weirdest question. I don't think I can remember that far back to think of something that specific. I'm sure they did ask me something weird, though. That old combine. That's like the thing you dream of, and then you get there and you're like, this is horrible. That's what the combine is.
Pressure, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now it's like, I feel like there's no pressure now because like kids are so used to like making millions of dollars in college.
It's very different now, obviously.
But like, so now they're like going to the combine thinking like, whatever, like, hey, I got my Hellcat.
I hate that.
I got the Hellcat over at the crib right now. The Rolls Royce.
Literally.
Okay, at Maddie Correa 5010 for Sydney. Sydney, I used to love to hear your predictions for Fred's upcoming games. What are your predictions for this week's game? Yeah, take your time. We want to hear this one.
Oh, gosh. Who's our quarterback?
Huh?
Oh, we watched. They were on that show we watched.
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
You watched a good bit of that.
I am at a loss. I mean, what my predictions just for you or us as a team?
Just for me, honey.
Okay, that's easy.
Keep it real short, sweet, simple.
Okay, I predict that you are going to have one pick and you're going to punch the ball out once. And then you might like tip another pick, but then somebody else will catch it. How does that sound?
Oh, you almost had it. You almost had it right, honey.
Oh, okay, what was I supposed to say?
I tip it back to myself for the second
Interception.
But you
already
of the
got
game.
the first.
Right, but we want
I didn't want to get too overzealous.
Too overzealous?
Go nuts.
Honey, this is the time to go nuts.
Boy, is it.
What do we have to lose here?
Literally nothing. So fine, you get.
So redo the whole thing.
No.
Go crazy.
No.
Go crazy.
No, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
2 picks and a forced fumble?
Yes.
How many tackles?
You better get at least 7. Or you're in trouble. 7 or you're in trouble.
Oh. I say double that. 14.
All right.
The tackle numbers have been low the last few weeks only because, listen, the ops just haven't been there.
I know everyone's literally on you like white on rice.
That's fine. Let them get on me. Because guess what? These shoulders, they built for it. They built for all the pressure. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this. So it sounds like your prediction for me is 14 tackles, 2 picks, and a forced fumble?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, let that marinate.
It's marinating. I'm going to write that on my mirror. Write that on my mirror to just let that sink in for the week.
Last question.
I think we have 2 more. At GST. Fred, what coverage is your favorite to run possibly when it's cover 3 and you are the deep middle?
Wow.
What?
What does that even mean?
I guess he's asking what my favorite coverage to run is. Which by the way, cover 3 is a 4 under 3 deep concept coverage, and I would never be the deep middle third defender as a Mike linebacker. I think you're referring to cover 2, where they usually have the middle linebacker running the middle of the paint. But yeah, I guess my favorite coverage would be probably a cover 3 hook defender, or maybe a man coverage low hold defender. How does that sound? You know what that is? As you shouldn't. And then lastly, at Brenda Varela 97, I think that's she's been here multiple times.
I love that.
Is there anything you wish you'd known before you both became parents?
No. I did so much research, mental talks. I mean, I did every class. I talked to every single person I knew that was a mother and how they were doing things that was a young mother and da-da-da-da-da. I was as prepared, I think, literally as you can be, because they always say you can never be prepared to have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in my case, I was pretty prepared.
Pretty prepared?
Pretty prepared. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of preparation that needs to be done.
Oh, what? There's so much preparation needs to be done. Are you nuts? That's all I did for 9 months was prepare. And that's why I feel like because I'm very if I'm not prepared for something, I'm literally not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to be uber prepared or I will not do well.
Something I wish I knew before becoming a parent?
To make it easier? No, because I knew everything that I read and asked has all been true. And so then I did the things to make it easier myself that I learned.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate because before you become a parent, you hear all these stories about the no sleep thing. Everybody makes a huge ordeal about that. And you're my thought process was why does it need to be that way? Why can't you just do it a certain way where it's more easier? And that's just what it is what I learned.
Mm-hmm.
Because the child needs
to eat.
You have to literally wake the child up
to eat. Yeah.
Let's just say
I just want to cry thinking of those when he was such a.
Let's just say, for example,
quesadilla.
Your baby for whatever reason, even though it's probably would never happen, your baby decided, hey, it's a month, 2 months old, and all of a sudden sleeps 10 hours.
Well, it's not going to be consistent.
Well, no, let's just say that happens.
Okay.
You're not even, or let's just say it's a month old.
They're not.
Say it's a month old and it sleeps 10 hours.
Yeah, that's not gonna-
You're not even allowed to let the baby sleep 10 hours.
Yeah, no.
Because you have to wake the baby
That
up.
would never happen.
It's just so silly to me.
Yeah.
And then the whole having to rock him back to sleep thing, like, oh my God.
Those were hard days.
The day he turned old enough where you could just plop him in there and then leave.
Plop is crazy.
Where you could just plop him
Place
in there.
him in there.
You just plop him in there and leave. And he knows how to do the rest.
Those are the hard days. Whenever, we've talked about this before. Whenever, I can't even like fully even still remember it.
Exactly, because after it's gone, it's gone.
But it haunted me whenever I knew it was coming. It would haunt me and give me this crippling anxiety because you have to, okay, all right, we're almost there asleep. And then he's asleep. And then it's like, are you going to stay asleep? Okay, he's staying asleep. And then you have to peel off.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's done. It's done. And what you thought you were about to get started all over from the top. Those are the hard ones. Yeah. I remember just waking. Oh my gosh. I remember, like you sleeping and I would get up and like it's like what, 3 or 4-ish is like when my shift was. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I would go in there and like sometimes you would wake us. I'd been there for an hour and then I'm coming out. I'm crying.
Yep. You're
coming out to help me. I'm getting back in bed, but I can't fall asleep because I'm like, oh my God. Oh gosh. Woo.
So like I said, basically, just all that is basically, hey, when they're old enough to work
independently sleep,
independently work themselves into sleep.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's when the game changes.
Yeah, but it's also like that's work on me. Like we have to train him to be able to do that. And that was one of the best things you'll ever do is sleep train your babies. Because once you sleep train them and he knows, okay, this means I'm going to sleep and I'm in my crib. And when she walks out, she's not coming back in until I go to sleep. Then they know it's time to take a nap or it's time to go to bed. Mm-hmm. And that is the best thing you can do for yourself and your child, really. Because they need that sleep. It's like a pivotal time. They have to have a certain amount of hours to grow and be healthy and have energy and be hungry and all the things. And so, yeah. Oh, just give me the chills thinking about those nights.
We ain't got to say nothing else about it.
Super scary.
He's upstairs asleep. We're good to go.
I know. But like even now being this old, like it's still, like I'm always just like, oh my God, like what if he wakes up? But he's not. He's good.
Yeah, you're not waking up.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, how do you feel?
I feel great.
You feel lighter? I feel lighter.
Light as a feather.
Good. Okay, that's it, guys. This is it's been fun to connect and get back to brass tacks here.
What is that?
Brass tacks?
Hey.
Business is what it means.
Honey, you say something new every day, don't you?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please check us out on anywhere you get your podcasts. Also on YouTube, you guys can ask us questions. We love to answer those. And we will see you guys on Sunday, Faithful. We'll see you there. And then we'll see you guys next week for next week's episode. Bye, guys.
Woo!